Thank you, Mr. President. I want to thank my distinguished colleague from New York for his leadership, along with the chairman of the full committee and the ranking member on this issue of the FHA, and something that I have been advocating for quite some time. In March of this year, I said at some of the first hearings of the Banking Committee about what we were envisioning as it related to the subprime crisis in the country, that we were going to be facing a tsunami of foreclosures. Now, some people say that that was an overestimation. Unfortunately, we have not even seen the full effect of that tsunami, as we have hundreds of thousands of mortgages reset every quarter for the next 2 years. Then at the rate of defaults and at the rate of foreclosures, the numbers that will grow are pretty dramatic. Of course, that has a consequence to all of those American families for which the American dream becomes the American nightmare. It has a consequence to neighborhoods and communities where those properties, if they go in foreclosure, have a negative effect on the values of the adjoining properties, and obviously on those communities as it relates to the consequence of property values that continue to take a nosedive. And so therefore it has an enormous impact in the lives of people across our country. It also has obviously a very significant impact as it relates to the economy of our nation. So I'm glad that working in the committee that we are here today to pass this important bill, the FHA Modernization Act. We clearly need to pass FHA reform. And I spoke then about the need to raise the FHA loan limits in order to give borrowers more option. And in my home state of New Jersey, which is not unique in the country, 13 of the 21 counties are at or over the FHA ceiling of $362,000. And 75% of New Jerseyans live in these 13 counties. So this bill, unless this bill passes, it means absolutely nothing. The FHA, I should say, means absolutely nothing for the overwhelming part of the 9 million people who live in New Jersey as a vehicle, an opportunity to achieve home ownership and to be good borrowers. People who work hard, obey the rules, follow the law, serve in their communities, worship, but ultimately would not have the wherewithal to pay but for the type of loans that the FHA can guarantee. So I believe that in the wake of the tsunami of foreclosures, these are critical options to new homeowners and maybe even to some who will ultimately refinance. The legislation before us today will bring more attractive FHA mortgages into the subprime marketplace, so borrowers looking to refinance or first-time homeowners have a realistic opportunity to choose an FHA loan instead of a risky mortgage. I know then what I know now, that this legislation is long overdue. Homeowners need more options than just the subprime market, and that's why I'm pleased that we're going to be finally passing this critical bill. I hope we give it a very strong send-off from the Senate. I know that this is something we are in agreement with the administration. It should receive broad bipartisan support. It is only one of many tools necessary to deal with the challenges the nation faces on subprime and that crisis of foreclosures, but it's an important one, and I urge its passage. Yield back the balance of my time.